Has everybody got their stuff out the drying room?
Nice. Yeah.
You got yours out? No, you don't. Well, what? Do now. You got everything out the drying room?
Before and after.
And we're right at the end of all the clay. Right short now. There we are. All ready to go.
Hang with it.
Yes. Can I walk?
Did you kind of that job?
Douglas? And there's more over on that table. Yeah, but we don't want to put them together. Pardon? Where's how much twice that measure. Now here's some. I wonder if you want a thing for that.
Well, I did not walk past you. Thank you.
It is. It's not quite dry enough for the final blue. What happened? I'll leave it. I do something.
No?
That's great.
It's
underneath.
It's not.
Yes, it is. No, I'm going to have a look at these because if there are things that are cracked, there's no point in us buying. Carving okay.
Just keep rubbing. Just keep rubbing. And roll.
Where are you supposed to sprinkle go?
Oh, well, Lindsay's
As long as I'm looking at
Long
it.
back.
Yes,
Reminds
that's
me.
fine.
Oh, I love that.
No.
With you
How long have we got? Oh, no, no,
burnish it, yes. Or put them on there, take that one, you burnish it.
Wow.
It's not really for a whole week either, is it?
No, no.
No. It's only 4 days.
No, no.
This I like. Yeah, that's Judy's.
I mean, it can't be a bit of plastic string.
Oh.
That does, doesn't it? Really does.
Want the top 2 layers of bricks off, please? I'm going to put a layer of the shavings in first, right, just as a sort of a cushion on the bottom. Would you like to do it? Yeah. Do you like it closer? Yeah, it would be a good idea, yes. About that much, no more. About an inch deep. Right. The same in the other one.
Is that about an inch deep in there?
Yeah. You know which bag not to use of that stuff that we got that's got this.
So you're making a nest with coarse stuff and then
The coarse
some finer
stuff is
stuff.
on. The coarse stuff is on the bottom, really just to cushion the thing. It's far too. And just really as a cushion at this stage, because we've got it, I'll use it to sort of save some of the finer stuff. Fine. And if you put your mixture, it doesn't matter whether it's cow dung or whether it's sawdust, for your bottom layer, it needs to be just over that first brick.
Did you
First
just
layer
use,
of bricks.
did you just use cow dung
Yeah.
on its own?
Yep,
Better.
it's better.
Have you already got that in there? No, you could dig it into the ground, can you?
Yep.
In your hand,
You can dig it halfway into the ground, a few bricks on the top. Don't need to use it. Right. No, I want big ones, so please.
Yeah.
Why do you do the coarse?
So what
Bring other people's, or do you other people just bring their own on it?
Be careful. Gently, gently.
Yes, but not those will go near the top because we'll try and get some.
What's risky about what you said to Paparangi?
Well, she has only recently made that, and it might still be wet, and wet things will.
I only made that yesterday, so is it better to go at the bottom or near the
Which
middle?
one?
That one
This-
you're holding
this
now.
one. This looks pretty dry to me.
Okay.
That looks dry. Now, if this fire burns down quickly, and sort of, before we get to it in the morning, I think it's unlikely. But part of this could be the terracotta coming through. Now, what area of the pot would you like to have that terracotta blush on? See what I mean? The air might.
It won't be black, it'll be a blush of...
There will be a blush of colour. Now, if that happens, it could well be all black.
Yeah.
But if there's a blush of colour, would you like it there? Would you prefer it on the bottom?
No, I think it'd be quite interesting on the top.
On there?
Yeah,
All right,
somewhere near
so-
the top or...
Yeah, now this mightn't happen. It
Yes.
might be pure black.
Yes.
But I'll put it so that the part you want black is right down in
Yes.
the dust.
All right.
And you could have some colour on that side.
To put it so we could get, let's see what happens. So it'll be
Alright.
the black on the design. If there's anything coming through on the slip, we'll see it on the top part.
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we put it up this way. Just wondering if plates to have beads, otherwise you just absolutely lose the beads. It's not going to make any difference to the firing pattern on yours. I don't think I'll put them on.
Yeah.
Pinky ready for brush.
Right.
On the outside when you
No,
it's almost unbearable. Part of some.
You're gonna put this on.
Can I take a breath?
Like it.
Please look up there.
Top, because it would look really good like that.
Black down the bottom.
Do you want some things, even if they're smaller? Right.
You just stick it up. Like some people come along and put them on.
The top part's had a ring on it or something.
Well, not even the oven before that.
Out before that.
Well, the ash is in between. And the ash.
Oh, you have a good thick layer, I see.
But I can't get over.
We're definitely not using one as plastic, are we?
No.
That's
tied up.
Great.
You've got to say a little prayer.
Who do we hand it over?
Whatever
The
you
big-
God at the end, before we light, as soon
Which
as we
one?
light, we'll just say a little
Huh?
Always put a goddess stuff in here, I think. See what happens.
If you were doing this with done, would you be just, it'll be fine and fibrous like that?
Yeah, it would be like, so
Not as fine as this, nothing
No,
like
but you sprinkle that on. Do you pack it down? Pack it quite firmly around.
I don't know, I have no idea how this sand stuff's going to turn out. It's pretty fine. But I can't
oh, there you are.
I'll tell you exactly, just crumple it up.
A whip for that and a wish of this.
And right it from the top.
You know?
Now let's see. Where's the top?
No second chances now. It's in. I didn't know that, huh? You're gonna do yours. Yeah.
Are we running out of space, Robyn?
No, just want a good layer that we can leave. I feel we might get one lot out tonight, you see. Maybe, if we're around at this.
I'll stay cool, Robyn. It's just so we won't lose them. So fragile. That's a very precious one.
I don't want to put lots more on.
Don't need much more than that there.
No, that's
A bit more. On the other one too. They were going well before.
Match.
So you need to match that one.
That will need to match. That'll do.
Robyn.
This is the first meal I've had.
That tastes good.
Anybody like some cucumber?
Good firing.
Go, here's to the firing. Or otherwise, try, a few little bits up there. I don't really think anybody needs to do any more. Well, I ask Sue about that because I don't.
You made a note of that? The show card?
Terracotta.
That's
You
what
don't-
made me buy them, and because they're
Jude,
TV.
what's the date today?
Will they teach you more later?
I think we have to take another 2 off. And maybe put that lid back on there. Increase the size. That's fine, that's the one I prefer.
We took our first load out at 12:30 last night, and yours were the first to come out with great love and care. So you pleased with that? Yes. What are you going to do with it now? You're going to wear it around your neck on a cord. That's right. No, I think they're looking really great. The fire was very hot, and so we've got some very black things, but we've got a nice one here. It's got a little air to it. It's really got some nice iridescent bits here. Never quite sure what causes that, but it's very effective. Something in the sawdust, I think, a bit of natural oil or sap. Cherry's got a nice one too. Unfortunately, it cracked. That's but the colour's quite good. Yes, isn't it? Yes, yes. Yes, I think with a little more experiment. There's some lovely little birds sitting around the place. There's two.
So do I, that's what it's been. It's got a really
But, things have turned out really good. Very fast. So we've taken 2 layers out and we've got another 2 to go. The films are shrinking as we go. It's okay. Yeah, half size now. Make the bricks down. And they don't even get in it, so that's all really. Yep. Can you still think 11 o'clock? 10:30, 11 o'clock? 10:30, I think.
Can I use your phone, please?
Oh yes. No more.
How long will that require, Robyn?
Well, about half an hour we'll be able to take the next layer off. And then say another 4-6 hours, the final lot will come out.
Very likely.
model of the shine.
Have you got your palm? Can get your palm.
Job.
Oh. Hang on.
Yeah.
Flash there. That's
Heroinus.
Heroinus.
Oh, what is in the
One that may
one?
not have a hole in it.
Yeah.
Oh, is that your one?
Yeah.
And they crack up like that when they're not dried properly.
Often if they're wet, yeah. It's nice, got a little bit of brown on it. Lovely.
Be the one that gets up at 2 a.m.
I don't know. Maybe we should start at about 5 a.m. No, 24. It started at 3 o'clock.
Then we've got a photo, we've got a video.
Words, and so did Manos. First of all, I hope you've all enjoyed it. I've certainly enjoyed it, and I've learned quite a lot. I hope you have too. I'd like to thank you for sharing what you have with me. Some of the work is really fantastic. All of it is very interesting. Some of it's really terrific. There's a great deal of variety. It's amazing the way you can tell people this all the same thing, and what they come out with is quite different in every case. And I've really enjoyed seeing what you've come out with. And I hope that perhaps a lot of you might like to go on a bit further with it, keep at it. We've had quite a few breakages. I'm afraid we'll have to blame that on the weather. When we had to force dry things, you're never sure they're dry completely. And some of the obvious breaks are because the clay was still wet. This delightful bird of Roger's, little Chinese bird, because he's got a Chinese hat on, he's an example really of how the clay will blow out if it is wet, damp inside. It might look quite wet, it might look quite dry, sorry, to you and to me really, but when they blow out like this, it means they weren't dry. And under normal circumstances, work would sit around for 2 or 3 weeks and you'd know that it was dry before you fired it. But we weren't able to do that. Also, we've used the craft truss clay again, and I'm afraid it's just not very good for our purpose. I think there's lots of possibility here, and I hope that you go on working with those. Here we've got some little power insets, which I think work extremely well. Because of the fuel we were using, I would say the sander dust or
And your work speaks to me. I don't really want to add very much to what Robyn said. That talks. But I'd like to ask you to talk about your own work. Just what you feel, what you think you went through, what you think you learned, bearing in mind that this video is likely to be seen by others from other work trusts. If we want to get this, method out, to help.
These tiles I did were when I was thinking about the 4 cornerstones of Tokerau. The first one being the maunga of Tokerau, that's orowhanga, maunga peko and rua peka peka pā. The second one represents tangaroa, and especially for us Te Oniroa Tohi, 90 Mile Beach. The third one represents of course Tāne Mahuta and the forests up here. And the fourth cornerstone represents mankind, and that's taken from a forehead moko from a woman and part of a moko from a man. So that was the tiles. The first work that I did was this one here, and I quite like it because what I was thinking of there was at the time of the separation of Papatūānuku and Ranginui, Rua Moko was the unborn child that was still in Papatūānuku's womb, and every now and then the child makes its presence felt in the way of volcanoes, and I tried to represent it partly coming out in like a lava flow, and that particular piece is a gift to a friend of ours who's hapu, so we think that it all merges in nicely.
Sure.
Now the other one that I quite like for political reasons is my second piece, because I was thinking about the Māori exhibition when I was doing this one, and in the Māori exhibition they've got lots of carving and all that sort of thing, but there's no feathers or fibres or any of the work of women artists, and I think that says something. And so in this one I tried to represent the design that's in Tukutuku and in Tāneko, and that's the shark's tooth design. Kia ora.
Behind this was that I felt that a lot of our people are diverted from real meaningful things by surface values and intrusions, and I wanted to show that below the surface level were the real treasures. That's it.
There's a lot I could say about this hui, but I'll talk about this plate in particular. This plate was made with a joint effort made by myself and Manos, and he actually carved it, but I sat beside him while he carved it, and every stroke he made, I made that stroke too. And Manos and I are whānau, and I just can't explain how I feel about this plate. It's very precious to me, and I guess you could say it was a labour of love. And it will always be a taonga to me. And I think in the future, this plate tells me that it will one day have a mate, and that's something that will happen. I think for myself, like looking at this hui on the whole, it has been it has been really good for all of us. We've learned heaps about ourselves, not only about working with clay, and I think although I enjoyed working with it, and I know that I will do some more, that I have to do at least one more, that I think it'd probably be a hobby thing for me. Rather, I don't think I've really got the talent to make it, to do it justice.
With these pieces that were made over the weekend, this week, all week, for me they were just nice to hold, and the shape just developed out of there by themselves, so I didn't really have much to say on how or whatever turned out. But that's the beauty of this particular type of work, where you can mould it, just make it feel comfortable in your hands. But as Toy says, they are treasures that you can see little special things if you look closely with the different types of colours. But there's a whole new world there waiting to be explored with this tongue. Kia ora.
And these tiles, I set out originally to try and do 4 tiles that would make up a hole that I could set into wood. But unfortunately one broke, so I'm left with 3. And they were meant to be 3 different textures, but under the pressure they ended up all similar textures. They're all Manaya forms. One of a pakeke, the whale. This one was one of my bone carving designs, which I just turned end on end and used just as it was. And we had to get a plug for Whangārei. This is the Whangārei symbol, and since I'm here because of Whangārei, we had to have one of those.
Hello, and I would like to say that I came here for other people, not for myself, and found it really very interesting that the clay moved for itself within my hands. I didn't really design this with a thought in mind. It just came as I went. So I didn't have any clear thoughts of design, but the feelings of the people that were around me made rhythms from far, far away arise. And this has come out very clearly to myself and to other people who have been kind enough to share those feelings with me. And I realised that I wasn't working with clay, but I was working with thoughts of mind. And I've been left with a twinkle in my ear, something I treasured dear. What I did put into it was the eye, the all-seeing eye, the eye with thoughts going in, and the eye.
That must be right.
Yeah, it's
Terracotta. This piece is just a tutu with the pakura pattern. There's nothing very significant about it, other than I was just experimenting with the material. This piece here is based on an unanahi wood carving pattern. And I'm very pleased with the way it's turned out.
Craft Trust clay here. It's cracked on the flat as we've had a bit of a problem with it. It's worked very well on this big kohatu here. Things tall. Shows the potential of the medium, the fusion of the whakairo patterns with clay, I think.